Guys, welcome to the video today. Today we are coming straight from the spreadsheet. So I try to keep track of all my purchases, my deposits, and all the dividends I receive in my Google Sheet. The most important part we're going to get to right now is the deposits, because that's the only way you get to invest is if you deposit money. So I deposited a total of almost $800 this month, most of which was, the big chunk was my tax return and an earnest money deposit that I received from someone who backed out of buying my house. And then I decided, starting the month of March, I was going to deposit $5 a day into the account. So basically every week I'm going to deposit $35. That way I have a little bit of money going into the account every week, and I'll use that money to make purchases. So as you can see, the total amount that we have deposited is $2,661, which is pretty. I'm surprised that it's that much, actually. I didn't think I would have that much money to invest this year, and I pretty much have doubled the amount that I wanted to invest for the whole year. So I would say we're off to a good start. Next, we'll go to the purchases. So in this section, I keep track of all the purchases I buy, so I can figure out what my average cost is per stock that I have, because as you buy them at different prices, your cost for that specific stock changes. So like here we bought this Oxford Lane Capital. This is the first 90 some dollars worth of change I deposited. So I put that into this company, and it cost me $91. Basically, I bought 11 shares at $8.28. So when I started out, the average cost was $8.28 per share, and then I had like $5 left over at the end of February. So I decided I would buy one share of this stock for $5.20, and then that brought the average down, and then I ended up buying 10 shares because the stock just went to the absolute basement, and it's at $2.55. So I picked up 10 to bring the average down, so that way once the stock price starts going back up, hopefully I'll be able to start making money before $8. So that's one thing to remember, is once the stock goes down, it's good to buy more stocks so that you can bring down your average cost. So that was one purchase I did make. In the beginning of the year, I had said I wasn't going to touch that so that I could show everybody what my $92 worth of change turned into. But when the price got to be $2.55, like, I couldn't not buy it. I mean, who knows? I may end up losing all my money, but I felt like I needed to add more shares at that price just to bring this price down. The next purchase I bought 3 shares of ExxonMobil at 2 different prices, which as you can see, I had 1 share a while back at $69, and now the average price is down to $55.99, which is very important just because of where the average price of this stock is. So hopefully I'm hoping to add more shares of this stock before the price goes back up, to hopefully get this down to below $50 is my goal. I also added a whole bunch of shares of ET Energy Transfer, which brought that average cost down to $7.43 from, we started out at $13.58. So the lowest I got was $4.35, which was a pretty good buy. I wish I would have been able to get these in a different order, but as the price goes down, sometimes you feel like it's not going to go much lower, and then it does. So then I also was able to average down Federal Realty Investment Trust. I got it at $102, which brought it from $128 all the way down to $115. So I'm hoping to add some more to Federal Realty. I was able to get my Sunoco way down, way below the whole $30.50 that I tried buying it for like a month. I got it all the way down to $13. So now our average cost is $21.68. So feel pretty good about that. And I think I added a total of 7 shares of that. So the cool thing with this stock is that now when I get paid the dividend from that company, I actually get 2 full payments every time I get paid because I have 8 shares. Usually you only get paid a quarter per dividend payment. So now I get 2 full share dividends for that payment every time I get paid. So that's a good feeling. The other stock I added was Independent Bank. I added 7 shares of Independent Bank, and I almost got this at $10 a share. Because for some reason it like dipped way down to $10, so I set my price to $10, and then it went right back up, and it never bought it. So the good thing is with buying those 7 shares is we got the price from $21.85 down to $18.63. So I'm hoping to add a couple more of those shares to bring the price down to a little bit farther. I would like to get it down to about $16. Also added a few more of EPR properties, which is a good one because that's a monthly paying dividend. And the price got way down to like, I think $13 at one point, and I wanted to buy it, but I didn't have any money in my account. And then by the time I transferred it, it didn't make it. So it shot way up because the dividend's paying, I think, tomorrow or the next day. So I'm hoping after the ex-dividend date, the price will come down after people sell it, and I can add some more. But the average price was around $67.75 before I bought these 2 shares. So I ended up getting the average price down to $45.51, which is fairly good because it's $20 below the high, and then it's also like $15 above the low. So it's right in the middle. I also added Foot Locker. I had 4 shares of that, which I really want to average that cost down, maybe add 4 more shares of that if I have enough money this month. And then I want to buy, I want to get to 8 shares of Carnival stock for if the cruise line ever does start opening back up, because they were paying a very good dividend before the whole situation that's going on right now. So I'm hoping maybe in 4 or 5 years, the dividend will be back to where it was before the situation, and that'll be a pretty good moneymaker. I also was able to average down on IBM stock, which this is another one I want to add a lot more shares to, just because it pays a really good dividend and it raises its dividend often. But I was able to grab that at $104. I seen it down below $100, but same thing, I didn't have enough money in my account. That's what sparked the whole $35 a week deposit situation. That way I can at least deposit that money, maybe hold on to it, and then 1 month I can buy it. But I was able to average the cost down from $130 to down to $117, which is pretty good. We're going to skip over Ford here real quick, and I'll explain that to you later. But then I was able to pick up AT&T for $29.98, and I bought that one just because it is a good dividend stock, and it seems like they raise their dividend every year. So I'm hoping to cash in on that just because the price was pretty low, that hopefully I can lock in that high dividend yield. Ford Motor Company is the company that I bought, that I decided to use my dividend money to buy. I decided when I started investing I was going to buy one company all year this year, and that was Ford, because they were paying a 60-cent dividend, and I thought it would be neat because I could collect my dividend money, buy the share of stock, and then my money would be making me money. And ironically, because of the whole global situation, the Ford decided to quit paying its dividends, so that kind of bit me in the butt. But I decided I'm still going to buy Ford all year this year, because eventually they'll start paying their dividend again once they get things turned around. I don't see the company going bankrupt this year or next year, but that is the company I'm going to use to buy my dividends. If, depending on how the rest of the year goes with this situation, I may switch my mind and buy something else, or maybe just hold on to my dividends to the end of the year. So now the dividends we received, as you can see, we're 3 months into the year of investing, and we've kind of grown our dividends per month quite a bit. And we also still have one more. This company is going to pay a dividend of $1.49, and then we also have two others that are going to pay a dividend. So this price will be higher, but as you can see, altogether we've made $11.16 total. And then we ended up buying the 2 shares of Ford with that, which we've got Ford all the way down to $4.68, which the end of last year I wouldn't have thought we'd ever get it that low, but we did. But it is neat to see the money start rolling in now. Basically, same money that was sitting in the bank or in the closet is now making me money. So I'm excited. Even though the total is not going real well, the unrealized gains, I'm basically down $726.45, give or take a little bit. And if you compare that to last month's end total, I was down $154.41. So due to the whole situation that's going on, all the stocks basically went on sale. Some of them are 50% off, so if you got money, it's a good time to get in. But it is real scary because there's been some more bad news as far as how long the situation's going to last. So I have a feeling this number is going to go back to being real big. At one point, it was over $1,000 I was down. So it'll be neat to see how that number looks at the end of April. So hope you enjoyed this, and let me show you the rest of this real quick here. So we do have these pie charts and stuff that kind of show you how the money's split up into different sectors, and then also each company is kind of split up. So I feel like we're getting pretty well diversified. I do want to add a few more stocks or a few more companies to the portfolio. I'm just trying to narrow it down. I would like to have about a total of 30 by the end of the year, but I'm trying, just because of the current situation, I'm trying to get the average buy-in price down for when the stock market does turn around. I start making money sooner, and then I'm trying to make sure I don't buy all the stocks when they're going down. So I'm going to try finding some money and be able to buy a couple companies, hopefully closer to the bottom, so that once the whole situation changes, we won't be in the red so much. We'll get back into the black. But thank goodness for this off-brand frozen food company, because that's the only one that's winning right now. Ford for a minute was up, so I was laughing because Ford was my best stock I had. Who'd have thought, right? Well, hope you enjoyed it. We'll make another video next Sunday, and thanks for watching. And as of right now, I just wanted to point out that with investing becomes a risk, and just because you invest in dividend-paying stocks doesn't mean they're always going to pay their dividend. These yellow companies here, actually this one halted its dividend also, but it's going to pay one more time. It's going to pay the March one, but after that it's not going to pay. So far these are the ones I'm aware of that have decided to stop paying their dividend due to the current situation. And so that's something to remember, that you're not guaranteed the dividend all the time. So this video is also just for entertainment purposes and my documentation, so that I can look back on my investing in 2020 and say, yes, that was a good idea, or man, that was a bad idea. Thanks for watching.